And Joe from Training Logs of Parents of 8. This was week training 13 for Dopey. So we're going to get started on our weekly recap right now. Hey everybody, welcome back. This week was Dopey Training 13. And if you're new here, welcome. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or hit the bell, make sure you guys do that so you get notified when we go live. We have some kind of cool things coming up. We have a trip to Walt Disney World in about 9 days. 9 days. We're finally under that double digit counter. So we are still trying to work out how we're going to do the training
while we're there. Yes.
Yeah, I think most of that's just going to be time on our feet in the parks. So I'm hoping to get 1-2 training runs or somewhat of a training run in while we're there, but I think that's kind of a
first morning, and we can get into that more later.
We should hope. But anyway, let's start with Monday. This was a hour run.
Yes.
With pickups. So
our favorite thing.
Yeah, I'm still not loving these things. Again, it's our. Oh no, is this the one that we ran a different path, or was that on Friday?
That's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday we ran backwards.
Oh, Wednesday we did, but Friday we had to find more room to run.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, everyone. They kind of all start blending together.
Yeah. So Monday was an hour with pickups.
Yeah. I always feel like Monday is just a huge shakeout from.
Well, and last week we'd run the 3:15.
Yeah.
I can't find. I don't seem to have the recap for Monday. So, anyways, yeah,
the pace and everything.
Yeah, but we run.
You can look it on your phone.
It was like 11:30. If
yeah,
that, it was slow because we'd run the 3:15 on Saturday, so that was 16 miles.
Yes.
So our legs were real heavy. It was real slow. It was really more this week than I think a lot. We really felt it on the Monday.
Yeah.
Our legs were just heavy. It was a hard, long, slow run.
Yeah.
But it was good because it did break things up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Those Monday runs are they're hard. We did that in the evening, right? Did you wake up? Was that the day that you woke up with a headache? There was one day where, or was that Wednesday?
That was Wednesday. Yeah. It was a long week in general.
This week took forever.
I don't know how it was for you guys, but it
took forever.
I think every one of the kids or somebody made a comment throughout the week that it was the slowest week ever.
Well, on Wednesday, I kept thinking it was Thursday. And everybody else swore that it was Thursday. I kept saying, no, it's Wednesday. Everybody kept saying, no, Mom, it's Thursday. I kept saying, I am telling you, I'm looking at the calendar right here. It is Wednesday. And they kept going, this week's never ending. It was just, I don't know, it was just a slow week. Slow.
But as for the run, I mean, the run, as we said, it just, with the even longer runs now on Saturday, that
they're just,
Monday is just kind of just trying to break your legs up and get them moving again.
Yeah. And sometimes they feel, is it heavy the right word?
They felt heavy, tired.
The muscles feel tight.
Yeah, no, it just.
I don't know. Sometimes I always welcome the Sunday rest, but.
The walk to try to break up after Saturday.
Yeah, I guess maybe we should a stroll.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad thing in the afternoons on Sundays. But.
Yeah, but. Definitely last week with that 16 miles, that
wiped me out.
Yeah, that you were dead on Saturday
and Sunday. Wiped me out. I don't know. That was rough.
That was long.
Yeah.
So that was Monday. It was a run. We got through it.
Tuesday was just a walk. I don't even remember. Did we do that in the evening again too? I feel like this week was a lot of evening runs until the end of the week.
Right.
I don't know. Just we couldn't. I didn't. I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep well that night. Was that
I'm
that
trying to
night?
remember because I had to be on my work.
Your job site. You had to
call
be on,
early.
right? Something.
There was
It was something.
Yeah, and then
I don't remember. We walked.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything special, but I mean, we're not supposed to do
we're doing
anything.
a great job of remembering what we did.
No, but I mean, like our cross training days are not supposed to be anything like
Strict.
orange theory
Yeah.
or whatever that one is, or P90X or anything that's gonna impact the legs for the next day.
Yes.
Right. So that was that. Wednesday is the morning you woke up with a really bad headache.
Yes.
So
horrible.
we turned the alarm off and we both went back to sleep.
So then that evening
And then
we
we
did
ran.
run.
But this is the evening that is actually kind of
This
good.
is the one. Yes.
Yeah.
I get to come up here.
So we normally run a very set pattern, mainly because of me. Truth be told, it's me. But this time we kind of ran our pattern backwards.
Because this was the 45 minutes with the 6 strides.
Yeah. So we felt that it was best to end in this really big, huge, like
elementary school
parking lot, intermediate school, whatever it is.
That might actually be.
So that was, I feel like that was
So what you
the
can see
best
from this
call that we
map is
had.
normally we start here and we come down along here-ish and run through the school and then come down this way and back up. I assume you guys,
Right.
hopefully they can
Yeah.
see my mouse.
they
on that
should be
screen.
able to on that.
But
screen.
you made the good suggestion of running reversed. So we ran down, actually past another school,
Right.
but through the neighborhood coming backwards because then, and it's hard to see here. I don't know.
Well, the strides aren't on this.
Right, but I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see it, and you can't really see
Oh,
it.
the circle.
There's a circle out in front
Yeah.
of the school that we used for the strides. Because one of the issues we talked about last week was we couldn't find a good spot to do our strides.
Right, because we ended up doing them through, like, we live in a little old town area, with it's a cute little town, and it's got shops and like little city streets, whatever you want to call it. But to run on those it just doesn't work.
Right, and so it became
Trying to find
and we were
where to
doing
go.
it was weird, and it was.
Yeah. So anyway, this was a better option because we had, it was dark, but it was
lit, so it wasn't.
and it was a circle, so you felt like, okay, when I hit this point in the run, you know where your minute is, and then you go to the next point, and then you can kind of like judge where you were. And I wanted to take my shoe off and throw it at the back of your head when you started doing number 7 on that one. I was like, what are you doing? We've done 6.
So I had on my watch, I had it counting up from 0 to 6 minutes. And so it stopped. It was supposed to stop at 6. But in my mind, I went, oh, okay, we're at 6, so I have to do the last one. And
you already did 6.
But
we always have this problem with how we count. You count after you're done, but I count at the beginning.
No, I just had after
okay.
45 minutes of running and then doing 6 strides, I just had this momentary going, oh, well, it's at 6, right? I do 6, so I have to do this one.
Yeah, so when we do strides, I just let him do his.
And
because
that loop was almost big enough to be a full minute around.
Yeah, I agree.
It was
he
almost,
can sprint faster than I ever can or ever could. So you just go in front and do your thing, and then I do mine.
And within that spot, it's contained, it's safe, so
and
we don't have to worry about cars coming in and out,
right?
Random people. I think it's just.
Oh, I don't even care if there's random.
No. But just somebody having to dodge somebody or dodge something.
There's always not at that hour, but there's always people walking dogs and stuff.
Yeah, it's a safe area to run the park. The parking lot's in good shape, so your footing's okay.
Right. That's the main thing in the lighting, because there's some places around here that need to be resurfaced,
repaved, resurfaced.
I don't know.
And we have a nice track at the other school we run by that is behind 2-3 fences.
Only one.
Only one there?
That one only has one. Yeah.
The city has a issue with the amount of fencing that it puts around its schools.
I don't know, they must have had a lot of vandalism is the only thing I can think of.
I don't know, but it is.
So we can't use our own track. I guess that's more common than we know.
I guess it's annoying because it would be really nice.
Yeah, I would love to be able to do some of this on a track. To
Yes.
be able to do, because you have the lines on there to be
Yes.
able to mark things off and stuff.
Yes. But
such is
so,
life. So,
but
we found
otherwise, the
next
strides we've
best
been
thing.
growing to like.
Yeah, I don't mind them. Now, if there was any more than 6, I might be
Right,
angry.
but they're after the run.
Mhm.
They're not something additional. Well, they are
Well,
something
they're
additional, but they're
additional.
not throwing off your run. They're when you're doing just a run
Right.
straight.
It's not during the run, and it's not before the run. It's after
Right.
the run. So yeah.
So they're supposed to help with speed, I guess, but we've kind of liked them.
Thursday, this is the morning I woke up with a screaming headache.
Right, because I actually heard the alarm that morning, and you were bad, miserable,
Yeah.
and so then I had to go to.
You had to go to your job site, so it
Right,
didn't matter
so-
anyway. So we did this in the evening again. I don't know. It must be the weather.
Yeah, it was something.
I mean, because once I finally got rid of the headache, I felt fine. It was just the headache was just
Yeah, and it's weird.
Terrible.
We each had it back-to-back days.
Yeah.
So then Friday, we
We got up and ran Friday morning.
we did. Now we were
Yeah.
supposed to do it with pickups.
Oh yeah, but we said
We decided not to do with pickups.
so. Sometimes I don't know, and I'm assuming this happens to everybody. At some point, you have to judge and know yourself well enough to know, okay, I know I need to do this run, but I'm gonna have to modify it to fit
Right,
how I'm feeling or whatever.
and we just
I just didn't. I don't know.
well, and it was just
It was kind of like one of those meh days. Like
we didn't mind doing the run, but the idea of having to do the pickups, and for anyone who hasn't done the pickups, you're running for 10 minutes, and for 30 seconds, you don't all out sprint, but you do go.
You pick it up enough to
Right, so
feel
if you're
it.
doing like an 11, you go to like a 9.5, or
Right, and then
and
back
the
it
problem
off.
is when you back it off, and it seems to take about 5 to 6 minutes to get back in a really good rhythm.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're in that really good rhythm, then it's time to do the next pickup.
Yeah.
And then you get back in your rhythm, and then so it just
I mean, it does. It clearly it works because we were at a 12. Now we're at an 11 to 10 somewhere.
yeah. I mean,
Most of the runs
We'll
have been at
see.
about a 10:45.
yeah, and then
I mean,
well, and on this one, as you can point out here, is if you've been following along, you see our normal pattern. We come here, we come by this school. Well, we can't go by the school because we're in
oh yeah,
session.
because they're.
But we come through this neighborhood and we come down here. But on this one, we actually, and I didn't pause fast enough, but if I could slow down the video. So normally we come through this neighborhood
Did you
here.
do that?
Oops, I did again. We come through this neighborhood and we come here and we stop.
Yeah.
And then we just come back this way and we go home. But you can see on Friday, because of the picking up the pace, we actually had to come more like we do on our Saturday long runs and try to find space.
We needed more. We needed
Right.
more room to run.
And so we
basically.
even started looping back in and around
When
ourselves.
I looked at my watch when we got through that neighborhood, we're usually like almost at I don't know. I felt like we got through that first section. You know, when we come out to that street where sometimes we have to turn left to go across the street there.
Yes.
We got there really fast, like in 20 minutes.
It was,
And that was without-
something fairly.
That was without
We
the
were
pickups.
there in like
We were-
25
We
or
were
something.
moving on Friday.
I think I actually have the Friday.
You have the splits and stuff, or
I think I have that one. At least I would. So
I mean, it ended up being.
Okay.
Oh, this was the one where my watch was being really weird.
yeah, like this is the one. Oh, this is the one I was angry about. I actually was talking to someone about this one. I was angry about this run in the time because this is the one where we both swore we were running faster. And at one point, the watch said we were doing like 12 minutes. You can see it says we were under 11. We were running.
Yeah, we were running faster. The watches. I don't know if it was
It
just.
was a weird day.
Yeah, I don't know if just the GPS couldn't with.
But by the amount of ground we
Whatever.
covered, we were
Yeah.
faster than this.
Yeah,
In an hour to cover that much distance, I mean,
it was almost a 10K.
yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. That one I felt like that was a really good run. I felt
I
good
did,
after
except
that one.
for the stupid
Well,
watch was
yeah.
irritating the crap out of me.
Yeah, well, mine definitely was not.
I was not a happy person with that watch that day.
I was not happy with mine. I refused.
Well,
to.
yours stopped working or something. Remember?
No, mine kept it at like a 12-minute pace, and since yours,
Right.
and I was like,
we were
literally,
shoulder to
shoulder
shoulder.
to shoulder the whole
Or-
whole run.
Yeah, and if you did get behind, I saw you'd catch up. So even if I was going faster for 3 minutes, we caught back up and went the rest of the way
But you
together.
were
And we
never
got to
like-
the finish, and we got to the finish at the same time. So whether or not I ran half a mile faster, then I came back to you. So it should have evened out at some point. You know what I'm saying?
You never came back to me. You just would wait in the spot.
Right.
But I was never 5 yards behind you.
No, I mean
It was
just,
so weird. I don't know. I give
you
up on
can't
these
tell.
technologies.
You can't tell we weren't very happy with that day. Still not.
I don't know. I gave up looking at my tracking on that one because it was annoying.
So
me.
that Friday morning, we did get the run Friday morning.
Yeah, that we got up. Oh, we must have had something. What did we have in the evening? Oh, we were running on Saturday. We ran like a local charity 5K with two of our girls. So there was a packet pickup that we had to get to. So
yes, we actually ran our first 5. So
yeah.
So this is how our Saturday was. We had 2-hour 20-minute runs scheduled.
Right, that's what the training called for. We got up at 5:30. We were out the door right at 6, a little beforehand. We did our warm up and then we ran. But we knew that we had to leave no later than 8:30. In reality, we could have.
We had more.
We had more time, but you never want to
You don't want to push
yourself.
it, show up late.
Yeah, you
not
want
be
to
able to get
yourself.
parked. Who knows? We're gonna run to.
Right. So I mean, that was our pace. Was 10.
That was our fastest point.
Oh, okay.
It says we were 12 a mile. That's not right either. This thing is always.
This thing's always off. But anyway, we did. What did that say? 10 miles, 10 and a half miles. In
Yeah,
2 hours.
I'll bring up the other thing.
2 hours and 5 minutes. I think we ended up running before we had to
We ran like 2:05.
get the girls. Yeah, it was like almost 11 miles in 2:05.
No, this was actually a pretty good run.
Oh, it was 11 miles.
Yeah, well, remember I kept running because I was like, I was so close. I wanted to get to 11.
Yeah.
So it was 2:06:12.
Okay.
So we'd figured it out if we'd run the last 2 miles and if we just stayed at.
It would have been under 2:30.
Yeah, we were on pace for a PR for a half marathon.
Yeah. So
it was a good run.
So everything's working. The strides and the pickups are working. I feel like
my average heart rate was.
Oh yeah, look at you. That's good. No.
Yeah.
Those things are working, and I feel stronger. I feel like now, almost a half marathon is not a big deal anymore.
No, and then even if you look at our splits, 11:18, 11:19, 11:22, 10.
10.
This right here, mile 5.
Oh, I know what those are.
That is the goose, and you taking off your jacket.
Yeah.
She started with a jacket because it was 64 degrees, and she was worried it was going to be too cold. So she had a jacket on to stay warm. Mile 5, she was overheating, and we had to stop and take the jacket off. 64
and then I needed to walk
is pushing it.
To get away from him because he was making fun of me.
It was 64 degrees. Who wears a jacket? Shocker, you were hot.
Okay, but the humidity was like 94 or something like that. Smart Alec.
94.
Yeah, see, look at that. 94. But anyway, so you can see mile 9 is the same thing. It was the goo.
Yeah, it was just the goo. But otherwise, last mile, we were 10, 20. We were pretty darn consistent.
Well, look at mile 10 is 11:06 or whatever. So,
yeah, I mean, this mile here was more. Mile 6, I could do this all the time. Mile 6 is really more related to the jacket coming off and you recovering from overheating.
Yeah,
because we almost actually had to stop at that point, and we've had to do that in the past, and it's horrible. Trust me, we still talk about it. She doesn't like to run one direction in town because of it.
Yeah.
But your health is more important than finishing a run.
Yeah.
And you can make it up. You'll be okay.
Yeah, you will. Honestly, we've done it. We've had it happen. We've had a crappy run go really south, and you just pick it up the next time and you're okay. And then, so after we ran 11 miles, then we grabbed 2 of the girls, and the 4 of us ran in a 5K.
And so this is actually our first return to running live race
since
all this
February of 2020, right before everything shut down.
So it was the Michael Poundfather 5K for the local school, and this is through a local park. And
where you see the trees, they're really dark.
That really was in the trees.
That
was
in the woods.
A wooded path. It was just a path through the woods. There was roots that were somebody had taken the time to color, which was convenient.
That was really cute.
Yes. It was nice of us too, so you saw them.
Yeah.
And it was funny doing a 5K again. You were reminded of how to get around people, and it was good to do that before we do a race, big race.
It is.
Because, I mean, there was a lot of kids, a lot of people that don't really run races, but you
Yeah.
did get that, and we had to tell the girls
Yeah.
because I'm sure we've all done the same thing. The race starts, we didn't fight to get to the front of the pack, so then you're trying to get through everybody in a race like this. There was one guy was pushing a 3-wide stroller.
Yeah. Props to him.
Yeah.
He was moving too.
Yeah, he was.
He had 3 kids in that stroller.
And there were some
He was
steep
pushing.
hills, and he was
That one hill was a beast.
and he was flying up that hill.
He was. He was great.
But not to pick on him. I'm not trying to pick on him, but
Yeah.
you know, there's him. There's other people's strollers. There's little kids that were out there running.
Yeah.
And they don't know. Oh, move over, create a path. So you're weaving.
But
in
really,
and out.
he couldn't move because
No,
the path
but-
wasn't big.
But other kids and other people,
Oh, yeah,
and there's
yeah.
other parents who clearly don't run normally.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, you know,
And-
this was just for fun anyway. It wasn't
But you
anything
run
for-
into that in normal races.
Oh,
So it
well,
was,
not strollers, but yes.
but it was good to teach the girls, hey, don't go out, don't kill yourself, don't burn yourself out, which they did
Yep.
in the first quarter mile, trying to get around all the slow people. And if you're running more than a 5K, you have time to make it up. In this one, there is just only so much time.
Right.
But no, but we had fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
The girls, we got, 2 new first time runners.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. They liked it. Hannah really enjoyed it. I think Teresa would have preferred to still be in bed on the Saturday at
Yeah.
9 a.m. So I feel for her, but I was proud of them. You and Teresa kind of took off away from Hannah and I. Hannah didn't feel so hot at one point. We had to stop. She had a little bit of she got a cramp and then she didn't feel good. And
made
then
the mistake of not eating.
no, well, some people have to eat, and then some people shouldn't eat. I think she's finally realizing that when she's going to be exercising hard. She told me when we had to walk at one point that she decided that, Mommy, I think I'm like you, and I think I shouldn't eat before I run. And I said, that's probably very wise. I think she also got really hot.
Yes.
You can see her face in this picture. It's really, she was really pink. And I think she was also like overheating like I had done earlier in that day.
Yeah.
So, but I was really proud of her. She didn't give up.
No.
She
You
did.
guys
She wanted
finished.
to. And I said, Hannah, it's okay if we're dead last. It is absolutely okay. It only matters that we finish. So if you can walk, I will walk with you and we'll get it done. And we did.
And she stayed with it, and
Yeah.
she finished it out.
And I told her that. I was like, come on, we're going to run this last little bit into the finish line. And I said, do you think you can do it, as we came up out of the woods? And she's like, yeah, I think so. And I said, okay, so then let's try. We'll run really fast and it will be done and over
Yeah.
with, and then we can sit down. And she did, and she did
Yeah.
great.
And they did a nice, other than, it's just not my favorite course. They did a really nice job with that, with the whole event.
Yeah, it was really nicely done.
Yeah, they did a good job with the little packets they put together.
And the food afterwards
Oh,
was
they have
amazing.
there's a pavilion,
Pavilion, yeah.
and they had Chick-fil-A cater,
Panera,
Panera.
Chick-fil-A, a whole
water,
bunch of fruit, Gatorade
yeah.
waters. Tons of stuff.
They had some music going. They were doing
Yeah.
some kind of raffle. They really did it.
They did a nice job. I think it's their annual, like their fundraiser type thing.
It was nice.
Yeah.
There was well over 100 runners.
Yeah, it's I was talking to someone, and I think it's the most that they've had.
That's what, I heard somebody say that. It was,
Yeah.
but I was really, I don't like the course, but that's just what it is. That's unfortunately, there's not really a good spot around here.
No, not really. But it is what it is. It was good
otherwise,
to
it was really-
I think it was good to have a lot for us anyway to be in a live race. Because
Before
it's been so
it was weird to there and everyone goes go and to have a line and have a thing and have a course and follow the markers and dodging runners and remembering what it's like when you pass somebody and then you have to stop to walk up a hill or something and they pass you and
Right.
that oh no, I got to beat them now, and wait, no, I'm running a marathon or distance. It's not a one-on-one race with this
Yeah,
random
that's what I
person
kept trying to tell
who doesn't
Hannah.
know me.
That's what I kept trying to tell Hannah when we were walking. I said, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. This is how this is you and how you trained and how you have to compete. You're competing against yourself a lot of the time.
That is
So,
hard to remember.
I think that was good for them to experience something like that. I think that
I know Hannah liked it.
yeah, she really did. She really did.
Teresa, she hurt her ankle last spring and it was still bothering her run. It's weird. It doesn't bother her to play basketball. Doesn't
Mhm.
bother her to pitch or play softball,
Mhm.
but it was bothering her to jog. And I don't know if she stepped on a root funny.
I think she probably just misstepped. She had a brace on, right?
Yeah, she said it was the back of the heel, like going to the back for a leg, I think is what she said.
Mm.
But again, it doesn't hurt. She's done the rehab. It was
I don't
fine.
know. I can't figure her foot out. She's always had.
Her feet are just a mess.
Yeah, poor thing.
So that was the week that was.
That
Now
was
the week that is
was-
coming.
Yeah. So
This is
okay. Well, so today was a rest day, thank goodness, because
that's as good as this week gets.
it's been a week. It has been a week. Okay. So tomorrow's not November yet, October 11th. So it's an easy 60-minute run with pickups. So we know that this is pretty much just going to suck. So just embrace it now.
Yes,
And
it's going to be a slow run. Try to get the legs to loosen back up.
I guarantee you by like mile 4,
You'll
we'll be
fine.
like, oh, this is great. But by mile 1 and 2 are going to be
3.
like, I hate this.
Well, and that was part of the thing on Saturday with the 5K.
Yeah.
It ended up being like an hour or so gap between the two runs.
So our muscles.
Oh, when they said go, and we were trying to stretch, but
and
everything.
you have all these like kids who just have all this energy, and I'm like, I wish I had that right now.
But
I
it was
just didn't have
so
it.
stiff, and our kids took off running. I'm like, no, slow
You're going
down.
too fast.
I have to warm up. My legs are gonna die.
I mean, and I had tried to like, you know,
We were
shake 'em
stretching
out
and moving.
Yeah, but
I had jogged to the trash can to throw something out right before the start. I go, oh, if this run is anything like that jog, we're in
we're
trouble.
in big trouble.
And unfortunately, it was. Man, don't try to run an hour after you ran 11 miles. Oh, that wasn't a good
Never
plan.
again. I mean, had we not had that training run,
Oh, the 5K would have been
I
no
mean,
big
that
deal,
would've-
even with all the hills.
Yeah.
There was enough wet too in the grass where you just worry about sliding.
I did start to slip at one point when we were running through the wet grass, but
I
yeah,
almost went. Was it Saturday that I caught the curb funny and
Yeah.
almost went down?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
not my idea.
So Monday is the same. It's an easy 60
1 hour.
minute, 1 hour with pickups. And then Tuesday changes. So we no longer have our nice morning
Rest.
walks. We have it's a free run. So we
But
can
it's
run it.
45 minutes.
We can run it as fast or slow or any combination that we
Walking
want
is
to.
not technically a run.
No, but I mean like if we wanted to like
No.
start off slow and increase, time or whatever. So 45 minutes. And then 6 strides on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
See
Well,
that?
that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Wednesday, however, becomes choose your own adventure for 30 minutes. So we could walk, we could run, we could whatever, 30 minutes. Thursday is an easy 30-minute run. So I think now what's going to start happening with the training is that Thursday, Friday, Saturday are going to be,
Big stack.
it's going to start getting back to back to back to get our bodies
Ready for
Yeah.
the back to back to back to back.
running for right
I
for
don't know
four
if that's
back to backs.
I
Right?
lost track of where I
Back to
was.
back to back to back. Okay.
I couldn't remember if it was a 4 or 5.
So that's easy 30 minutes. And then Friday's easy 60 minutes with pickups. I know. And then Saturday, 3 hours and 30 minutes. I mean, when you think about it, so we ran 2:06
Mhm.
and then we ran another 30 minutes. So that basically was what?
It's 236, 240-ish.
So we have to run another hour.
Well, we ran 3:15 a week ago.
Yeah.
So it's only another 15 minutes.
From that point.
So we ran 16 minutes that week.
16 miles.
That's what I meant, 16 miles.
Was it 16 even or did we run over?
I have to go back and look. I mean, I can check it.
There, can I just check it over here?
You can. So we
That
ran.
was third. Will it come up on here?
No, it won't come up. I
we
guess
have
my
to go
phone.
here. I don't know how to have your thing set up. Okay.
I bet I find it first. And this is great radio of two people searching the internet, not talking to the people that are supposed to be listening to them.
Okay, so that's it. Oh, 'cause that's-
It was 16.15 miles. So it was just over 16. So you had 15 minutes. We were on a 12-minute average pace. So that's another mile. So that's 17. We'll get to like 17 and a half, maybe 18. And that's like the.
And that's the magic number. So I've read and heard.
and so many
Right.
times that 18 is the magic number for a marathon. They say if you can do 18 minutes, you can do the
18 miles.
if you can do 18 minutes, you can do a marathon. Super marathon.
You are funny. You know that?
Apparently, I can't keep things straight.
18 miles. And then apparently anything after that is,
Yeah, it's like, well, at this point, I've gone this far. I might as well finish.
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
I don't know, but it's.
I mean, the miles are starting to like really.
They're really adding up.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's. We shouldn't sound. I mean, we make it sound like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is the run. Each individual run is Mondays are tough because you're trying to get loose from the long run on the weekend.
Right. But
pickups are we just don't particularly like pickups. It's not that they're hard runs. We just don't like them.
Right.
It's really at this point, it's just time on your feet.
Yeah.
The runs, other than Saturdays, which are just long, but even this Saturday wasn't hard. We just knew we had something we had to get to afterwards.
Right.
So, which is funny because 2 hours is going to be 2 hours no matter what. Like we got out in time that we could do the 2 hours.
Right.
But at the same time, you still felt like you had this like deadline. But
yeah.
I
mean, time was time, and
right, but it still was like weird. Like it was like if I ran faster, somehow it was going to get me there sooner, which it doesn't. But
yeah,
you know, it was just one of those weird things. But
yeah,
we're going to start. I mean, we've said this before. We're going to really start getting to some serious miles. But 3:30 is the run, and then the week after that.
I guess for me, when I see that, so. It's a number thing with me when I see that time, like you're gonna run for 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah. No,
so
it's hard.
It's just hard. I mean, I get through it. I do it, but I'm so exhausted. Like it literally wipes my whole body out.
So like the 2 hours, like I've gotten to the point where 2 hours doesn't seem as
bad. Maybe
insane.
Maybe 3 hours eventually we'll get there.
I guess we'll run to the point that maybe because it used to be even like an hour, like 45 minutes.
Remember how long? Like
30 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Running 30 minutes straight was just like
it was really hard.
I know. And so for anyone who's struggling or starting out, when we started out 30 minutes of just running
sometimes
nonstop,
10 minutes was hard.
Yeah, no.
We would run for 10 minutes and then we would walk
for
and
10,
then
and we'd run for 10.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard, but you just keep doing it. Keep pushing yourself just a little bit further. You know, if you ran 10 minutes last time and that's your goal, if you want to run the whole time, then if you ran 10 minutes yesterday, then tomorrow run for 11 minutes before you stop. And then the next day, just increase it.
Yeah.
And eventually,
the main thing is just to stick with it and keep working it.
And you have to work it. You have to work it into your schedule where it's going to fit. Otherwise, this is not going to work. Like we have the luxury that either we get up at 5:30 and we do the run, or we wait until 9 p.m. and we do the run. For now,
we've been able to do that because we're not in basketball season. Basketball season starts in 3 weeks because Wednesdays are tricky because you guys have open gyms. So in the evening on Wednesdays is always difficult.
Yeah, but we're done by 7, so really
we've sometimes had to run it after it. But with basketball season starting up, Teresa will be on her team.
Right.
We'll have 4 playing. Yeah. So Teresa's on one team, Michaela's on another team, Nick's on a third team, Hannah will be on a 4th team. The 4 kids playing
4 different directions.
The only good news is 3 of them are in that same group, so hopefully but it's 3 different times of practice or who knows where.
The girls will hopefully be
together-ish,
but Nick will be, I mean, still local, just time-wise, it will just be
so it starts to make the evenings much more difficult to run. And
like
even
we're gonna have to get up.
Saturdays, if you remember last year, Michaela on that team that Hannah will be on had a 9 a.m. game in Richmond. So that's an hour and a half from here. So we were to get down there by 8.
Saturday may have to be the rest day, and then Sunday, see how we have to do this. We have to look, I mean, like our whole week, we know what our training's going to be, and then we have to look at what the kids have to do. So I know that if we can modify the training that we need to do around the craziness that is our life, I know other people, you can do it. You just have to want to do it.
Right. The last couple of weeks have actually relatively been calm.
Yeah.
Like
No, they have.
I shouldn't say this out loud. But
Yeah, don't just think it in your head. I know what you're thinking. Just.
But it's been relatively calm with everything going on, and we've had the luxury to be able to move things to the evening.
Right. And we know that that's not always going to be the case.
No, I mean, like one day we couldn't do it. Was it last week because of back to school night? So we had to do it in the morning. But yeah, with basketball starting.
Yeah.
And then we go into softball, which I know is after the Dopey, but
in order to keep
going,
well, that's the thing. We say this every time, and it makes me so mad that I let this.
We let it slip every winter.
Every time.
Because it's hard. It gets cold. It gets icy. So you don't want to get up and go outside in 30-degree weather and run.
Well, yeah, but then like when we get back from a race, you have to take some time off to recover.
That's a whole
right?
other issue.
But
especially this one.
Yeah, this one I don't want to lose what we have.
We've done that once before. So when we did Wine and Dine in 2019, we were not at this point because we couldn't do 3 hours.
Right.
But we were where we were not far off of this.
Right.
And so we came back. We took a couple weeks off, like you're supposed to let your body recover from running the back-to-back races.
Right.
And
we ran another 5K in November of that year.
We did, and it was a really good 5K.
Yeah, I think that's I
think that was both
still to this day the best 5K that we ran.
Turkey trot we ran.
Yeah.
That was a fun race too.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. It was cold, but it was fun.
It was cold. We ran with our one brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And then it was nice because it was a brewery. And
we got a beer afterwards.
That's always the best.
That's how you get me. There's alcohol at the end.
It was a turkey trot. We got a beer, and we went home, got changed, and went back down to his house for dinner. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But it was But after that, then we got into basketball.
Yeah.
We got into.
But we did. That was on us. We let that go.
Yes.
And we shouldn't have.
No.
Well, we didn't really because we had Princess of 2020 to train for.
But we did not.
We did not prepare ourselves like we had for one.
And then your hip started to bother you, and so instead of going and getting it checked, so you won't go to the doctor. You tried to train through it. It got worse. Then you tried.
I did have a physical therapist look at it, and it did start to help. All the stuff that she had given me. But then
by the time it got better, we weren't trained for the race.
No.
And then we made the mistake. Okay, we saw fun. We went through all that. Then we came home, and then we just got busy with softball and the kids' baseball.
Yeah.
And by the time the summer came around, we were so far behind.
No, the world shut down. Everything closed.
But we
should have kept running, but then I had all those medical stuff.
Then you had another set of surgeries.
Yeah.
And so, but then it became that, and for anyone who's starting up, you can know this feeling. It was, I have to start. And as we said, we couldn't run 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We went from being able to run, we ran a half marathon in 2:41.
Right.
Which for us was really good, to literally not being able to run a 5K. We're not being able to run a mile.
So we've had to restart several times.
Yeah, and the goal is, God willing, to not have to do that again.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it over the weekend, like what level do you want to stay trained to? The half seems maybe a little high. I like the 10K.
I do. I like the 10K. I do like that distance. I like the half on the weekend.
Yeah.
If we can get it to 2:20.
Yeah, I mean,
on a Saturday morning.
Training,
not every Saturday
morning. Training to a full marathon.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how this full marathon is going to go. I feel like that if I can walk it, I'm going to walk.
I think actually we're going to be better off than you think.
I hope so.
I think.
I know what will happen.
And hit 16 miles.
I know what will happen.
But we're going to stop for water. We're going to stop to take a picture.
I know. I agree. I'm just saying that competitive.
Oh, I know. That's why I say I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
If you knew the two of us and you think I'm the competitive, crazy, stubborn one, you really should meet the person who tore her labrum and continued to do push-ups to show the girls up that couldn't do it.
I did do that.
And then hid that she'd torn her labrum for a month and a half so that they didn't know she was hurt, because she didn't want them to know she was hurt.
Yeah, I didn't. Nobody questioned.
No, nobody questioned that you stopped catching the ball, that you stopped doing.
And literally, this is the shoulder. So it's not even my pitching shoulder.
No, so she could throw the ball. If it was on the ground, she pick up, throw the ball. They didn't notice. But she couldn't catch the ball. If it wasn't thrown right I
Literally.
look like I'm crying.
No, actually, it had to be
It was
my,
down.
my hand had
I
to
thought you could catch
palm
it about
fingers
here.
down. No, I couldn't raise my hand
So it
above,
was
like my
So
waist.
when we would play catch, like to warm you up, because you would still pitch,
Mhm.
I had to like throw the ball, and if it was up here, she'd be jumping out of the way because she
Mhm.
literally couldn't.
I needed that one glove that I could switch to my right hand to catch. Like
Yeah.
that one kid that
You
showed
can.
me.
There's no inside your glove. Her glove is, we won't say how many years old.
I've had my gloves since I was 11.
There are no, for anyone who's played baseball or softball, there are no dividers left between where you put your fingers.
The
It's
webbing
just
on the
a,
inside, you mean?
it's just an open area that you put your hand in. It's like wearing a 1920s glove.
Yeah, it is, but it's my glove.
I've offered
I
to
don't
buy
want
her a
anyone.
nice new glove, a custom made glove even.
Nope.
Won't do it. There's holes in the leather.
I guarantee you that there will be somebody else that watches this video eventually, because we have like 5 fans. I love all of our 5 fans. That will watch this video and go, yeah, I still have my glove. I guarantee it. Make sure if you are one of those people that you make a comment. He doesn't believe me.
I
But
believe
there are
that people
other
have their
people.
gloves, but at some point in time,
No.
when there is no glove left,
Hey, I think after having 8 kids and the fact that I can still get on the pitcher's mound and throw the ball over the plate with some force counts for something, and I should get to keep my glove.
you can keep your glove. I just
Anyway.
don't know how you feel about it. Her glove is used as a punishment. If the kids forget their glove that day,
That's
it's always
true.
you can use Coach Jen's. You'd be amazed how quickly they figure out how to share gloves or figure something
That's
out.
okay. I'll
It
go
never
ask
happened.
so and so. She usually has a spare. Okay. Don't
And
tell
they
me you
never
don't have your
forget their
stuff.
glove.
Yep.
And all the older girls, when a younger kid comes and says, Coach, I forgot my glove, you hear the snickering and the laughing.
They're like, oh, go ask Coach Jen. She'll let you borrow her glove. And that will be the last time you forget your equipment for practice.
Yeah.
It's true.
It is true, but it's hilarious.
It's my glove.
So as we move on, so next week is the start of a different training cycle. And then the week after that Tuesday, God willing, and walkouts
All these airlines better get it together.
Yes.
I am.
We're scheduled on the 19th.
Plan B is going to happen. Plan A.
Plan A is on the 19th. We're flying to Florida.
Yes.
Plan B is on the 19th. We're driving to Florida.
But not this coming week.
That's it. I said the 19th.
Oh, okay.
So that's not this Tuesday. This Tuesday's the 12th.
Right.
It's my one golf round a year for the charity.
This is your charity week.
I said it's my charity week. I ran charity on Saturday. I get to play golf on Tuesday.
Look at that. It's
Yes.
amazing.
I'm doing so much charity. Anyways, it's one time a year I play golf. And it's as bad as it sounds. But I have a good time. It's a lot of good people to be out with.
Do you have a set of clubs?
I do.
Oh.
When Mike got a new set of clubs, he gave me his old set.
Mike or Matt?
Mike, because I'm pretty sure
Mike had a set of golf clubs?
Yes.
I didn't know he played golf.
Apparently enough that he had a set of golf clubs, or his father-in-law bought them for him.
Oh.
And he's now got a newer set that I pull out once a year. I have to get them out of the closet. I have to remember to do it the night before.
Closet of doom.
I have to remember to do it on the night before so I don't wake everybody up in the morning when I'm
throwing things around and saying, where the heck is this?
It's also good to make sure I have some golf balls and a couple tees.
I'm pretty sure I know a couple of people that can give you some extra golf balls if you need it.
Yes, but I need to remember to ask and not show up at the golf course and go, crap, I have to go buy golf balls because they cost, as anyone who plays golf, this is 3 times the price at the golf course as anywhere else. And I don't need fancy golf balls.
I'm glad you are going to enjoy your day.
Anyways, I digress. The next week, the 19th, we're supposed to be going to Disney. The reason I bring this up is, as you were saying, hopefully we've got it set up so that we'll be able to do some live streams down there to show the new fireworks shows.
Yeah.
Maybe walk around the new confectionery or kind of try to bring you guys with us a little bit so you can see that. And then maybe do
hopefully a training run so that we can show you each
beach
resort.
Club. So we're going to be a beach club so we could run around
and boardwalk.
The boardwalk. Thank you.
We're going to be at 3 different resorts.
Boardwalk first. I keep doing this backwards.
But boardwalk and beach club are the same thing.
And then Old Key West.
Yeah, and Old Key West connects to Saratoga, which then dumps you out over by Disney Springs too. So that's a long run that we could do.
So
one morning.
We'll try to schedule these things. I'll try to figure out how to schedule them, have it so I can set up on the phone so you can know if we're going to something that we know we're going to do, and otherwise just watch for on the Facebook or on the YouTube
Yeah.
for them to pop up.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get some, at least so that you can see. But each resort at Walt Disney World does have trails. So if you're ever
Yes.
there and you need training to do training for whatever race that you're running, not necessarily a Disney race, but there are some nice trails at each of the resorts.
And they do some kind of races,
They
like
used to
or they,
before COVID.
well, hopefully they bring them back. So if they
Yeah.
bring them back, bring them back.
Back. I think it's on Sunday
Thank you
mornings.
for trying to speak English for me.
Sunday mornings they usually do like a fun run.
Yeah, and it was just so they do like the resort, and so it was a
Whatever
couple.
theming is at the resort, they kind of do
Yeah,
it with that.
so that was fun. We
Yeah.
never got to do one.
No, because on Sundays we're usually running a half marathon.
That is true.
Yeah.
And the Sundays, a few times we've been there on Sunday where we haven't been running.
Right.
We weren't running.
So yeah, there's a lot of nice like trails where you can do trainings, or some people will run a virtual while they're
Yes.
on vacation there. So yeah. So if you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments.
Anything you want us to check out?
Anything that you want us to check out at Walt Disney World, feel free to drop those in the comments. And then yeah, I hope you guys have a really great week, and I hope this week is faster
Can't be
for
slower.
us than this past week, because that was really slow. But I hope everybody stays happy and healthy, and we will see you real soon.